समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So today we start verse 14. सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्तस्यश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते. Now, always glorifying me, striving firm in vows, prostrating before me, and always steadfast, they worship me with devotion. Now, see this. Here, he is talking of namaskar, he is talking of kirtana, uh, and upasana. These three things are in this verse important, which most of the people indulge in, most of the people do this only. Now, satatam means always, always. Always ka matlab, it doesn't mean that every minute, every single just thing. Satatam means that you should always be aware of the presence of the Lord. Just like you are always aware of yourself, isn't it? You are always aware that I am a woman or a man. You are always aware that that I am so and so's daughter, son, I am educated, I am this, I am that. You are aware or not? But you uska aap jaap to nahi na karte rehte. So satatam means that all the time you are aware of it. Now satatam kirtayanto mam. Now kirtayanto. See, देखिए sadhana should be of various kinds to cater to different kinds of needs of people. Every human being is physically also we are not the same, though we have the same features, nose, mouth, and everything, but each one looks different, each one's voice is different, right? Each one's mind is of course very, very different. So all this variety, how can you prescribe one sadhana for everybody? It will not fit the person's personality. It will not suit him. And therefore, it cannot be just one, this is the only way and one way for all, and one size fits all. It's not like that. So, even I have said many times that when you go to a doctor, he prescribes different people different kinds of medicines for the same disease, depending on the temperament of the person, depending on his allergies, depending on his age, depending on how long he has had the disease. All those things are taken into consideration before a doctor prescribes his medicine. So if the medicines are different for different people for the same disease, how can sadhana be the same? See, some people are academic minded, some people are emotional in temperament, some people just like are karma yogis, like they are action oriented people, some are upasana oriented people, some are bhajan singing variety. Now then, how can you say कि no, you must do this, must do this? No, it's not possible. So here look what he says, always glorifying me. But all the different kinds of sadhanas glorify the Lord. Please don't misunderstand. He does not need your namaskar, जो इसमें नमस्कार का भी है, upasana का भी है, कीर्तन का भी है. Kirtans are stutis which glorify the Lord. He does not need your glories, your singing. He doesn't want them at all. He doesn't even probably receive them. That helps you to purify your mind. It helps you to open up your mind It helps you to understand the nature of reality, which you cannot understand unless you bow down, unless you negate your ego and you bow down yourself. Your heart doesn't open up to receiving. If you want something, ठीक है ना, आप अकड़ के तो नहीं ना ले सकते, हाथ उल्टा करके नहीं ले सकते. Your hand has to be like this if you want to receive. The same is this case. Unless you put your hand in a receiving position, the Lord cannot pour anything into it. Even the Bible says, empty thyself and I shall fill thee. Isn't that so? And that is the promise of the Lord. Empty thyself and I shall fill thee. How do you empty yourself? By all these, by humbling yourself in front of the Lord. Now उसमें आ जाता है glorifying me, surrendering the ego, and with devotion invoking the higher consciousness all the time. Now, firm in vows. This is Dridhavrataha. See, don't compromise your values. That is Dridhavrataha. It is not that sometimes you have values and when you are in a difficult position, you discard values. Not like that. You have to, it is a culture that you are preserving. It is not what Gurudev used to say, it is not a profession that you can come home and take off your hat, that now I am a householder, over there I was a corporate lawyer, and here I am a this and that. ऐसे नहीं है. It is all the time, in every situation, you are the same. You are preserving that culture, following that culture constantly. And as Gurudev used to say, that love for the Lord is not a part-time job. Yeah. It is not a part-time thing. That half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. Or that is also too much. Some people just do it while walking. Some people, I am going to office, so I am listening to bhajans. That's all. Some people, I am watching the TV and doing my job. That's all. Now, this is not the way. That is not the way. It's not a part-time affair. It is a full-time thing. Like the example given is that of a lover. Narad Bhakti Sutra, ये सततम का एग्जाम्पल दे रहे. When somebody who is in love, no matter what he or she is doing, the constant thought of the beloved is somewhere at the back of his mind, isn't it? All the time, that way. So that is satata. And when he says nitya yukta, this is very important. Nitya yukta means regularly. Regularly. अच्छा, कीर्तन. कीर्तन यहाँ पे क्या है? कीर्तन में ये है, it is not kirtan by the throat, that you are singing bhajans and clapping and dancing or going into a trance and dancing and loud singing and all. That is not what kirtan is about. Okay? So what is kirtan? Kirtan is that you are expressing his qualities, and you are not hiding him with the mask of your vulgarities. You have to open your mind, be humble, and understand his glory. Sing his glory, understand his glory with the full love, with the full devotion all the time. Now, see, one people do it by karma. The service of the humanity is the biggest kirtan you can do. Gurudev also used to say, anything that you do which will benefit other people, directly or indirectly, you are serving the society. That is the biggest service to the Lord. And I have to say this, it is a lot in Christianity. They are so good at it, and they are all the time, they understand that serving the Lord means serving the society, and not just me and my people. They go all over the world and their service is exemplary. whether you are a TB patient or you are a leprosy patient or you are a what, you have examples of Christian men and women having gone and lived on islands which were only for leprosy people, or they have served them till they themselves got leprosy and died. But look at the spirit of service, that my Lord exists in this form also, and I am serving this form. So now see, it is not just physical service, but benefiting in any possible way. उसमें सब आ जाता है ना? आप ज्ञान बांट रहे हैं वो आ जाता है, आप दान दे रहे हैं वो आ जाता है, आप खाना बांट रहे हैं वो आ जाता है, अन्न दान दे रहे हैं, ये दान, दान ऑफ वेरियस वेराइटीज, आई हैव डन दैट विद यू बिफोर. So then the thing, yes, I did it in the Ramcharitmanas class, not this. But anyway, dans are listed in various kinds of dans you can give. So that is the service to humanity for the sheer love of humanity. Keeping in mind the sheer love of humanity, that all humanity is nothing else but my Lord Himself in different forms, and therefore you are serving Him. अच्छा, फिर इसमें स्ट्राइविंग विद फर्म रिजॉल्व, दृढ़ व्रता से आप जो उपासना करते हैं, ये देखो ये एक वर्ड है ना फर्स्ट लाइन में, the second line, upasate. Upasate. Now, upasate is two words together, up asan. Asan, you know, your seat, and up means near. Near whom? The Lord. So, when you sit, when you put your asan, when you sit near the Lord, now near the Lord can be physical also. That means आप अपने पूजा के कमरे में बैठे हैं, you are in a temple or you are next to your guru or something. All these are upasanas. Upasan, close to the divine altar, is basically upasan. So your thought patterns over there are naturally elevated. Your thought patterns over there are nobilized, sublimated, divinized. And that is the reason why it is, this kind of thing is makes you take a firm resolve. आरती, कीर्तन, अगरबत्ती जलाना, whatever you do. देखिए आरती भी, why, I mean, of course there is a lot of meaning to it, but one of the meanings is also that when you take the आरती, ये aura वाले बताते हैं कि जब आप फायर जलाते हैं और फायर को आप ऐसे ऐसे करके घुमाते हैं अपने चारों तरफ, आप आरती यूं करते हैं तो आपके भी तो चारों तरफ वो घूम रहे फायर. So that is cleansing your aura. All the natural elements, if you are one with them, they cleanse your negativities, they cleanse your auras. Every human being has a kind of a aura around him. जैसे वाईफाई की फील्ड होती है ना, there is an energy field within which the Wi-Fi will operate. If you're not within that energy field, it will not operate, isn't it? So same way, every human being has an aura. So when you meet people, some people's aura is very pleasant, some people's aura is very negative. You cannot sit with them, you always feel something bad and wrong. Like, see, even places have auras. You go to a hospital, see how you feel, because so many people are suffering over there. There is death, there is disease. The aura of a temple is different from a cremation ground. In a cremation ground, people are always sad, unhappy, weeping. And in a temple, see, the vibes are different, what you call vibes. So here, Aarti also is cleansing the aura. Bathing also with water is cleansing the aura of your body. See how good you feel after a bath? You suddenly feel elevated, nice, pure, isn't it? You feel your whole body has been cleansed. So same way. तो ये जो आरती है, कीर्तन है, अगरबत्ती है, even sound helps you to to concentrate your mind, to sublimate your mind and purify it. See the organ playing in the church, how calm it makes you feel, suddenly uplifts your mind, isn't it? In the temple, the bells of the temple, the conch shell, you know, the sound of the aarti, all that. तो वो क्या है? All that helps you to focus your mind, to concentrate your mind. So it is cleansing your inner personality, basically. That is what devotion is. Now, these are routine acts of devotion which any Hindu family does in their home. Aarti, puja, agarbatti, bhajan chanting, stutis chanting, all these. Huh? So this is what he is talking about. But they should be done and they have to be done regularly. Okay. Now what they do is these things slowly remove negativities. They remove your false evaluation of things and objects in the world. They teach you a right contact with the world, and all the wrong notes in your personality become musical. All the wrong notes in your personality become positive. And so here, now see, uh, again also एक चीज के the Gurudev has warned over here that any seeker who has gone very high, you know, in his sadhana, and he starts feeling the oneness of the supreme reality with himself, he gets instinctual temptations, which are the vasanas inside him, which erupt to tempt him. And so he has to be very careful at this juncture. Whenever he is experiencing these divine joys after doing his sadhana, you have to guard it, because this is the time that the biological instinctual temptations rise in your mind and you go for them. And you go for them, as they say in the Christian terminology, you eat the forbidden fruit. That the Mahatmas have told you not to do this, not to do this, not to do this, it will bring you down in your sadhana. You go ahead and do it because the vasana is so strong. But in that, Gurudev had always said, if the vasana is too strong, you have to indulge in it, there is no other way. But when you indulge, because your body is made for it, but when you indulge in it, please indulge in it with this mindset that, oh Lord, I cannot help myself. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I can't help myself. Like drinking. Now you pick up the glass and you are drinking, you can't help it. Huh? But you are praying to him, holding on to his feet, asking him कि आप मुझसे इससे उबार लो, lift me yourself with your hands, lift me into your lap so that I become purified. अच्छा, फिर एक ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, नमस्य नमस्यंतः माम. Namasyantah mam means bowing down to me in devotion. You know, people with ego say, why should I bow down to anybody? Why should I bow down to him? Why should I touch so and so's feet and why should I touch so and so's feet? You will keep thinking that till you understand, as I have explained to you, that you are taking something from them, you are not giving them anything. They don't need your respect. The Lord doesn't need you to bow down to him. You bow down to him because you are decreasing your ego and increasing your divinity. It helps you too. When you bow down, huh, a lot of people do false namaskars. They just do the act. What is that? कि आप झुकते हैं, किसी का पैर जल्दी से छू लेते हैं, and then you are back into the world with all your vices and everything else. That is not namaskar. Prostration, this physical bending down of yourself in front of someone else, it implies the attitude of surrender. I surrender myself to you. I am submitting myself in your care. I need your blessings. Oh Lord, please bless me. Acha. Now then they say prostrating in every religion. Prostration is bending down. Why? Whether it is Islam or it is Christianity or it is Buddhism or Jainism or Sikhism or Hinduism, everywhere you bow down, you kneel, you touch your forehead to the ground. Why? This is why, because see, the taller you stand, the more is your ego. The more you bend, the less is your ego. You seen Buddhist monks? They always like this. Once the Dalai Lama came to pay his respects to Gurudev in Sidhbari. So he lives in Dharamshala, and Sidhbari is also in Dharamshala district. So, this Dalai Lama used to always come to Sidhbari to pay his respects to Gurudev. And he used to walk behind Gurudev like this. And even in front of Gurudev, he was always like this. Dalai Lama. आप सोचो जरा. Just think about it. So, who are you and me? Who are we with our great egos that I won't bend? I'm not going to prostrate. I don't understand what ego hassles people have or what they think of themselves. But this is a very common thing. They think that they are giving, where that is why they behave like that. It is not that you are giving, you are receiving the blessings of the other person by bending down. So when you bend down, your shadow, which is your alter ego or your ego, वो minimum हो जाती है नहीं, it comes under you. See, आप जब साष्टांग दंडवत करते हैं, when you lie prostrate on the floor with your hands like that, all उसको कहते हैं अष्टांग नमस्कार. Ashtang means 8-fold parts of your body are touching the ground. There is no shadow, isn't it? There is no shadow in Ashtang Namaskar. In South India, they even do that to their parents. So even whether you are touching the feet, you're bending down to touch the feet, bending. So people are, ये क्या होता है? Why should I bend down? It's such an inconvenient thing to bend down and touch the feet. Why not touch the shoulder? Huh? Or why not touch the back or the hand or the head? No. You bend down, touch the feet, touch the fingers of the feet, or you just prostrate by bending low. That's all. So you are surrendering your whole personality, and to whosoever elder you are doing it, that person puts his hand on your head, his entire emotional feelings of varadan or blessings through these fingertips. These are nerve endings. You have touched his nerve endings, the feet, the fingers of the feet. He is touching your head with his nerve endings, giving you an ashirvad. So his feelings of love and blessings have gone through you. The emotional circuit is complete. That is behind prostrations. Huh? So don't make it into an empty act with no feeling. You, if you have no feeling and you do namaskar, it is not going to have any effect. Gurudev used to say, you have to sow the seed of humility to get the plant of the blessings. If you have sowed chaff, that is the husk of the seed, no plant will sprout from there. So don't do just the act. Now, see, this is the thing. Now, bowing down to me with body, mind, and intellect is important. In devotion is important. And then, क्या है? ये देखो, the withdrawal from everything and steadfastly ये जो है ना इनका, हाँ, steadfast, नित्य युक्ता मीन्स रेगुलरली. नित्य तो आप जानते हैं ना, एवरीडे. नित्य युक्ता, make it a regular habit. Don't give gaps in it. This devotion should be there. So there should be, you should be always alert about it. There should be a constant flow of thoughts to the divine. I am talking of a higher level seeker. There are seekers of all levels, but these three chapters are addressing a higher seeker. So if you are serious about your sadhana, then you have to do it regularly, constantly, every day, every day. And this Geeta is always, Gurudev used to say, it's a practical handbook of instructions to the seeker. Do this and don't do this. Be careful of this. So it cautions you, it guides you, and it helps you to move ahead in your sadhana. So here, physical, mental, intellectual. So emotional seeker, a jnani who is only intellectual, and also one who does with his body. Stuti gana, bhajan gana, kirtan gana, upasana karna, that is with the body. So body, mind and intellect, all three are involved in sadhana. Come to the next verse. ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम. देखो ये क्या कह रहे हैं, एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन. That means recognizing the one in so many different things. पृथक, पृथक तो आप जानते हैं, अलग अलग, अलग अलग. And ekatva, one. So recognizing the one in the so many, that is what bahuda vishvato mukham. So that is my true form in the world. Now here see the translation. Others also offering the wisdom sacrifice. He calls it Jnana Yajna. Now Jnana Yajna is Krishna's coinage. We will explain that to you because he has taken on the metaphor of Yajna, Havan, which Arjun used to understand. In Arjuna's time, a lot of people used to do the Vedic Havan, chanting, offering into the fire. Fire is a symbol of the Lord. They used to offer dravya into the Havan. Even now, Hindus do it. And they believe that by offering that, they are offering to the Lord Himself. Now, so it is Jnana Yagnena Chapyante Yajanto Mamupasyate. Now, look what he says. Others also offering. See, the word is not throwing into the fire. Carefully, carefully. It is offering into the fire. Throwing is like this, and offering is like this. With the upturned hand, you offer. This is offering. And with the hand turned down, this is giving or throwing. Gurudev used to say that it is only in the North Indian temples that people from a distance throw the flower at the deity. That is not done. Or they will throw even coins at the deity. What are you doing? This is a your object of upasana. और आप उनको फेंक के दे रहे हैं. When you throw something at somebody, even if you throw food at somebody, that person will not eat. It is disrespecting that person. है ना? You offering a gift to somebody, do you throw it at him? No, you offer it. So even when you do this in relationships, what about the Lord? So in the fire, in the yajna, when you do offerings, it is always with an upturned hand. Please understand, you offer it like this. That is called an offering. Okay. And this ekatvena prithaktvena bahudha. So he says Vishvato Mukham. So he says regarding me as one, as distinct, as manifold me, who in all forms faces up everywhere. Now see, it's very difficult to translate Sanskrit into English. English is not a language in which certain crisp terms of Sanskrit, certain very concise, precise terms of Sanskrit can be translated. You cannot give one term for it. Now, Jnana Yajna, this is a very difficult formation for English. But anyway, the Gurudev is trying to explain over here that of course Yajna means offering, but how do you offer Gyan? And in what are you offering Gyan? Any realized master, any good teacher, when he is offering knowledge to students, he is doing Gyan Yajna. He is conveying to the student's heart that great knowledge. And now, what is the student himself? He is also the Lord. So, when the Lord is one with the Lord, that is the feeling the teacher gets out of sheer love for the student. He is trying to teach him and uplift him. He is spending his time, his energy, and everything reaching the student, contacting the student, and teaching the student. How much of compassion the teacher has. So, teacher, Guru is the one who is doing the Gyan Yajna. And Gyan Yajna, dekho, Gyan Yajna is a dan, is a giving, is an offering. देखो ये दान वर्ड जो है, it does not mean donation. People, one meaning is donation, yes, but there are so many words in Hindi and Sanskrit which take on dana. ठीक है? There is bhudan when you donate land. There is dravya dan. Okay? There is varadan. Okay? Then there is shramadan when you donate labor and you don't charge for it. You are doing free labor, free work. That is shramadan. And vidyadan, kanyadan. So many dans, bhudan, varadan, falane de. तो ये आता है when you are giving out of love, when you are offering out of love. See, kanyadan, it is the highest form of sacrifice that a parent can do. A parent is sacrificing the child into another family for the benefit of the child. He is not donating her. The father and mother are not donating the girl. They are implanting the girl in from their family into another family for her benefit, so that she flowers out. She can, her personality finds a partner, and her personality, one with the partner produces progeny which fulfills them. And if she stays in the parents' house, she cannot find fulfillment in becoming a mother. Therefore, the parents do that great sacrifice of sending their own dil ka tukda almost. The daughters are very dear to the parents, and they implant them into another family for their own good. So it's not a donation. So dan means different things in different terms. And over here, ये जो है, ये ज्ञान दान है, जिसको कि वो ज्ञान यज्ञ कह रहे हैं. Because in a yajna you also offer. Here the teacher is offering jnana in the sacrifice. It is a sacrifice by the teacher into the hearts of the students. So he calls it a jnana yajna. It is a constant attempt on the part of the teacher to explain to the student the ultimate nature of the ultimate reality, and to sublimate the student to his own level. So that is what it is here. And how does he do it? By making him understand that ekatvena prathaktvena, that one grand reality is in everything in the world, jad or chetan, sab mein. That one great grand reality is in everybody. See, Gurudev gives the example of chocolate. Now, a chocolate, can be of different flavors, it can be of different shapes. They make them into toys and things and all. So different shapes and all that. But the chocolate is in every form of chocolate, whether it is bitter chocolate, mint chocolate, orange chocolate, dark chocolate, this chocolate, that chocolate, or there are different forms of chocolate. It's a round chocolate, square chocolate, a long chocolate, a toy made out of chocolate. It is all chocolate. How do you recognize it? By its sweetness, flavor, and taste of chocolate. So Gurudev used to say that because of all that, they are one and the same. So the seeker of reality recognizes that one quality of the Supreme in every person. Now, see, Bahuda Vishvatomukham, he becomes the many. And how does he do that? देखो आप एक चीज देखो. The example given is a candle. एक कैंडल जब जलती है और उसके पास देर आर मेनी रिफ्लेक्टिंग सर्फेसेस लाइक मेनी मिरर्स, ठीक है ना, द सेम कैंडल फ्लेम इज रिफ्लेक्टेड इन एवरी मिरर और नॉट. If you are standing in that place and there are mirrors kept all around you, won't you reflect in every mirror? So he, the Supreme, is reflected in all forms. So all forms are only an image of that great grand reality, functioning according to the quality of the reflecting surface, the mind of the human being, the mind of an animal, the mind of an insect, the mind of a bird, the mind of a plant, whatever it is, that is Bahuda Mukham. हाँ, वो उसमें है ना आपके पुरुष सूक्तम, उसमें है ना Om Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. So thousands and thousands of heads, thousands of arms, thousands of limbs, thousands of bodies, thousands of eyes. Whose are they? That is the Param Purusha, the Param reality. And that is what is to watch for. That is the smile of the divine. That is the expression of the divine in various forms. So when you are doing your puja, when you are there and you are emoting to him, your devotion should be such. He is your friend, he is your father, he is your beloved, he is your child, he is your brother, whatever you look up to him as. Then what do? You love him, plead with him, even get angry with him, bully him, threaten him, do anything you want, but don't leave him. Don't leave him. He is the only one, the only friend. He is the one coursing through your blood, coursing through your veins, beating in your own heart. It is him, him, and him alone. So understand that. And then he says that playing through all equipments, the variety of conditionings he plays through, and then all that is him alone. So then, how do you do it? How do you do that? He is projecting himself in everybody, just like the waker projects himself as a dreamer into the dream. Carefully. The waker projecting himself as a dreamer into the dream objects is nothing but the waker. Without the waker, there can be no dream. Without the waker, can there be any dream object? No. Think about it. So the whole is produced by the dreamer, by the waker becoming a dreamer himself. He is the dreamer. He becomes the dreamer. He becomes the dream also. Similarly, that great grand reality is everything together. He is now the what is very important is this. What Gurudev has said, that realize how to judge yourself. Ke where am I in my sadhana? If you are composed, and tranquil, even only at certain moments of your life, only at certain times of your life, you are nowhere near realization. If this state of equanimity, this poise, this calmness is all through the time with you, and you are in love with everybody, you are in love with the world, then understand that you are very close, very near him. Because वो आपकी आंखों में बसते हैं, वो आपके नजरिए में बसते हैं, वो आपके माइंड में बसते हैं. सो एवरीथिंग यू सी एज योर ओन सेल्फ. जानत तुम्हें तुम्हें हुए जाई. So that is what it is, that your own mind, huh? The changing and the changeless are all me. When you realize that, then देखो, again I say, no dream is possible without the waker. Understand that you are essentially him who is making this whole world possible for you, and that is what you are. Huh? All the rest are forms. Shivling is a form, Krishna ki murti is a form. There also the people are only forms. They are living forms of the same great grand reality. So when you understand that, then you have a very close, very close. But constantly you are in that thought. A kind of joy will burst in your heart. There will be a harmony with even plants and animals in your heart, and you cannot harm or hurt anybody again. That is the aim we are going for. Okay, the next verse we do next time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.